We've already talked about adding, subtracting, and multiplying with complex numbers. But when we're dividing with complex numbers, it turns out that it's actually the same as rationalizing denominators. So if you remember, to rationalize a denominator, you want to multiply both the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So what we'll do here is I'll multiply. This was 9 plus 5i. I'll multiply by 9 minus 5i. And whatever you do to the bottom, you have to also do to the top. All right, so now let's go ahead and simplify what we've got. And what you'll see is when we do this, the denominator, which had an I in it, the I will go away and we'll just have like a real number in the denominator of this fraction. All right, so let's see what we get for the numerator. Negative 9 times 9 is negative 81. Negative 9 times negative 5i, that'll be plus 45i. And now 6i times 9 will be plus 54i. And positive 6i times negative 5i will be negative 30i squared. So that's what I have in my numerator. And in my denominator, 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times negative 5i will be negative 45i. And then 5i times 9 will be plus 45i. So here's where the i's are going to just go away. And then 5i times negative 5i will be minus 25i squared. Okay, now let's simplify everything we've got. In the numerator, negative 81, 45 plus 54, that'll be plus 99i. And then minus 30i squared. Remember, the I squared will really just change, because that's negative 1, it's going to change the sign of the coefficient. So plus 30. All right, and in my denominator, like I was expecting, these two terms are going to add to 0. And then the I squared here will change the sign of that to positive. So I just have 81 plus 25. Okay, simplifying once more. Let me just combine my like terms in the numerator. Minus 81 plus 30, 8765. I think it's negative 51 plus 99i, all divided by 81 plus 25, which is 106. Okay, I am done now. You can keep it like this, or if you like, you can write it as two fractions. Negative 51 over 106 plus 99 over 106i. All right, so this was an example where I was dividing, where I had two terms in the denominator. Here's an example with just one term in the denominator. So for these ones are a little bit easier because, I mean, you could multiply by the conjugate, just, you know, this is 0 plus 3i, you could multiply by 0 minus 3i, but it's actually a little bit easier. Just multiply the top and the bottom by I in this case, and then you'll see that the I squared will make the I go away. So let's go ahead and do that. 2 times I got 2i plus I times I is I squared, all over 3i times I, which is 3i squared. So now I can simplify this. What do I have? 2i. I squared is just negative 1, so I could say minus 1. All over 3i squared. I squared is negative 1, so this is negative 3. All right. Now you're done, because I no longer have any i's in the denominator, but I might like to just split up this fraction. So this is negative 2/3 I, because 2 over negative 3. And then minus 1 over negative, so plus 1/3. And then I guess usually we like to write the real part first and the imaginary part second. So this would be 1/3 minus 2/3 I. All right, so this is how we divide with complex numbers.